Hi, today I want to show you how you can run custom JavaScript inside of Nordcraft to really extend the functionalities of your application. So let's get right started with that. So inside of here, we are actually right now taking a look at a JavaScript library, which is one of the more complex ways how you can run JavaScript into Nordcraft because it involves loading third-party JavaScript into our application. Now, we're talking about the principles and the concepts on how to do it so you can understand it. So if you are trying to get an SDK into Nordcraft, there are different ways how to do it if you're moving into production, but today I want to cover it from a theoretical standpoint and how you were to do this so you understand the principles and how Nordcraft works with custom code. So let's take a look at this. So let's say we want to get a JavaScript library going in here. One option would be doing it via the CDN. Now, most JavaScript libraries will give you such a CDN URL, and you will copy this and you will put it into the header of the site. So you will go on your site and you will add an external resource. That will be a script. We will add an attribute, source, src, and we'll paste this inside of here. There you go. Now if I open my application and I inspect elements, you need to be in Chrome or developer mode to do this. And if I now reload my application in Nordcraft, you're seeing that Nordcraft now actually loads foreign code from this plugin provider, Editor.js in this example, right? So now we're already loading third-party code inside of our application. Now it gets even cooler because we can now actually use their initialization JavaScript to actually render UI using JavaScript, and we'll be able to work with events and all those kinds of things. So now I have this SDK, I have this package, I have this JavaScript loaded in my application. Now, how do I get it to do what it's supposed to do? For that, we need to create an action. So we go on files and we'll create an action. An action allows us to run code at a certain point in time. It turns our code into a Lego block that we can decide when it should run. So let's call this Editor.js, for example, and we'll create this. Now, inside of this function, we don't touch the function, we'll keep it as is. We'll just paste this code. And now we will get this holder ID. I'll just copy that. I will go to the home page. And now in here, I'll be adding a div block, right? Let's make it width 25 rem, height 25 rem, or 26, but that's fine. And then we'll just make it look nice. We'll do 1 rem border and we'll do background color slightly gray. Okay, there you go. And now I will go on attributes on this element and give it an ID attribute. So I will do ID Editor.js. And now if I open this, nothing happens. I can click on here and nothing happens, right? Because we now need to run our custom code action that we have created inside of here. It doesn't run by just adding it in here. You need to call a workflow to run it. So in this example, on page load, I will run this custom JavaScript. And then I can open it now. And now as you can see, I can already write inside of here. Now, there you go. There you have it. And now I got my Notion-like text editor going on. Look at this. How cool is this? So now we're running this thanks to JavaScript. And we can make it a little bit nicer by giving it like a 1 rem padding side and 1 rem padding top. So the Nordcraft interface, the Nordcraft editor then nicely there you go, integrates, you know, with what we're doing here with this SDK. And it's a pretty cool experience. Look at that. So this is how you can bring advanced functionality in here. Now, how do I get the word that I'm writing inside of here? And how do I even have 2 on 1 page? Now, those are great questions. What we need to do is we can take a look now at arguments in Nordcraft. Now, you may want to make this Editor.js dynamic because you may want to have 2 on the page, right? What we can do is we can remove this holder here and we can create an argument. An argument is like an input for custom code. I can create an argument called ID that will be type string. And now I can write args.id or fallback, put Editor.js in there, meaning if this is defined, this argument, which is like an input, like a form input for custom code, I will use it. If not, I will fall back to Editor.js, because this is how an OR in JavaScript looks. So now, if I go on this page and I turn this into Andreas, right? And now I turn this, which now has this input. This is how we get input into dynamic JavaScript. Turn this into Andreas, right? And I open this, it will still work, because now we have a dynamic way of assigning those things, right? So we get dynamic input into the JavaScript that we're running. Now there's a good point in how do we get stuff out. This is where we will use events, but in order to use the event, we will need to take a look at how this SDK documentation wants us to use it. So let's go on configuration, and inside of here we have callback, right? Most SDKs have that. And there is this onChange. I want to copy this onChange template, and I will go and I will add a comma, and then I go on the next line, and I'll put that one inside of here. There you go. Perfect. So now, as you can see, I have this onChange event, and onChange I will then get some of the event data back. Let's take a look at that. Let's go on the home page, and let's see if it works. We should be console logging every time something changes. So let's check the console. Let's clear that. Yeah, as you can see, I'm now getting my custom event, and it has detail, and in the detail there is target, and there's config, and there are all kinds of things. And okay, now this event itself is probably not giving me any value, but it's good to know when we should request the value. So now we know whenever something changes, we get a ping. Now we need to translate this ping actually into something that can natively come back into Nordcraft, right? So let's go on this Editor.js here, right? We have this ping, and now we have this console log. Now we don't necessarily need the console log, so we can just remove this line. But we want to do a custom event. So let's create a custom event in Nordcraft called onChange. So this foreign code that runs in our application can actually go back into Nordcraft, right? We're not getting any data back on change, so I'll keep it empty. And then in here onChange, right? We are, there you go. We are then having this event here, and we do ctx.triggerActionEvent, and then we will call this onChange event, and we're triggering it. We could also add a comma and pass any data in here, but there's no data right now, so we'll just leave that empty. So now we're calling this event natively in Nordcraft. So if I now go on this action here, you will see that this action now has a change event, and this change event can now do anything. What I can do is I can now actually add a native console log in Nordcraft, and I can do it's working. There you go. So let's now open the application and check if it does work and if we're getting this native callback, right? So now when I say hello, you see Nordcraft, it's working. So now we're getting this native event from this custom code that's running in our application back into Nordcraft. So now we can run more code to get the content of the editor. Now there is one here on saving data. We have this Editor.js save, then output data, where we can console log the outputted data. So there's this method. I want to now actually return this data once this event happens. So let's go to this code here, and you see this event, right? In this event, I want to run a little bit of code, and I'll format it later. Don't worry. So now in here, I'm saving it, and then I'm doing a console log to get the data back. I'm actually just commenting out the custom event, and let's reload our application here, and let's see if we're getting the content of the editor into our console. Let's do hello, and you see we have article data, and in the blocks here I have my block that says data hello, so I'm getting the data. This is perfect. So now I'll do one thing to just avoid a mess. I'll copy this, and I go on, I'll do JS formatter. There you go. And I will paste this in here and I'll format the code. Nordcraft doesn't have a nice button and I'm not a fan of using keyboard shortcuts. So this is how we do this here in our videos. Okay, beautiful. So now we got this editor safe, which runs in this onChange event. I did comment out this Nordcraft event. Why? Because I want to get that data coming into the Nordcraft event. So let's copy this ctx.trigger action event. So we'll copy that and then we'll delete it. And we will replace it here with the console log for the data. And I like adding spaces to code, even though programmers don't like that, but I do like my code to look pretty. There you go. If it looks pretty, it doesn't have to work all the time, right? Because it still looks pretty. There you go. So now we're calling this onChange event, and now we have this outputted data, right? Which is available to us. So I can copy this outputted data, I can add a comma, and now put the outputted data here in this event. And then on change event, now we're actually getting data back. So if I go now on my lifecycle on this onChange event, and now I go on data here, I can just return this event data. We'll just kill the Nordcraft label. We don't need that necessarily. I can now open my application. I can inspect elements. Inspect elements will be your friend. And let's type in here Nordcraft. And as you can see, I'm getting the blocks inside of here. I'm getting this event. So let's copy this, sample, and now here's what we're going to do. We're going to go inside of here on this event and we'll paste sample data into this event so we can use it. There you go. And then we can go on the home. And now when we go in here and we take a look at this onChange event, you see that we already get this blocks and we get those preview here, which is pretty cool, making it easy for us to use like a plugin. We only want to return the blocks, right? And then I can go on here and I can call this blocks, right? And I can open my application. I can inspect elements here. I can take a look at the console. I can do block. And now we're getting the blocks into here. So now we're getting this event data from this custom code that we're running back into our application, which is very important. But now how do we, get this into a format that can be handled in Nordcraft? The way you store data in Nordcraft is a variable. So now we want to link it with a variable. Let's call this data. I'll make it an empty object to begin with. There you go. And now I will go on this lifecycle. I will go on change. I will remove the console log and I will go to my variable and then I will set the blocks inside of here, right? There you go. And then just for illustration purposes, I'm going to add a text area down here. And then this text area will just be bound with the data variable here and on the value. You don't need to remember this. I will just add an encode JSON so I can take a look at the blocks visually. And I'll just do it with 25 rem, height 25 rem, so I can take a look at it. So now as you can see, if I start typing in here, this is now linked to our Nordcraft variable. So now typing in hello, you will see that we're getting this data into our variable. So thanks to events on custom coded components like this, Notion-like editor here, when I do a change, you see how it adjusts this, right? So now thanks to custom code and how events work, I can then get data back from the custom code and funnel it back into Nordcraft to use the native variables, the native events, the native workflows to turn this this code running technically in the browser in Nordcraft back into Nordcraft and have it talk to my variables, right? And then I can also get data from variables if I want into this custom code, like the ID. I could have a variable here called ID, and that can be Andreas123, and then on load, I can link this custom code with my variable, with the ID, and then I can go to this div block here and make the attribute with the ID also dynamic from the variable. So my custom code gets dynamic data into it and then gets data out of it with an event and then sets that into a variable. So this is the nice thing about Nordcraft. It does have a very well established event-based communication system. Events rock. As you can see, I'm getting the data, and this is how I'm getting third-party data back into it. And this is how you work with JavaScript in Nordcraft. If you can follow this, if you can semi-understand what we're doing here, you're going to be great in working with JavaScript, because it doesn't get harder than this. And if it does somehow get harder for you, or you want some extra help, I would highly suggest you to take a look at NoCodeProCode.com. This is the easiest and the cheapest way how you can build your Nordcraft application with expert assistance and make sure that you get it all right the first time and save time and money. Now, you could go out there, you could hire a developer for tens of thousands of dollars, or you could spend years doing it yourself, or now we have a sweet spot in the middle where you get my personal assistance Monday to Friday in our community office hours, where it's literally a Zoom meeting that you can join, where I'll be in and I'll be guiding you and helping you through everything that you need help with setting it up. And you also have access to me offline through courses, templates, and through our Loom video exchange, where you can send me a screen share and then I'll respond on a weekend back to you and say, hey, try this, do this, get that done, and here's how you want to do this, or here's a template I made for you, right? So if you want to get unstuck in building in Nordcraft, take a look at NoCodeProCode.com. It's as simple as clicking join us today, putting in your credit card information, it's secure, don't worry about that, and you'll be all fine, and you get instant access. You can log in right in a minute after you put in your information, and you will get access to courses, daily office hours Monday to Friday, and instant access to ask me any question, to send me your project link, and to get unstuck as soon as today. So if that sounds like a dream come true, check the link in the pinned comment and in the video description. Join today, join right now, and we'll make progress together, and I can guarantee you that your project will get done, and we'll keep you accountable to it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that, and I would love to see you in the community, but regardless of if you join or not, thank you so much for already being here on YouTube. Take care.